The number one question I get from my email subscribers and my commenters on my YouTube channel and my blog comments is, how do you get hired by clients? That's the biggest question if you want to become a freelance writer. How do you get hired? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to share with you the 5-point strategy so that you can get hired by your ideal client, not just any client, the client that you really, really want. They may pay okay, and hopefully they'll pay up, depending on the niche, the type of writer you are, and their budget, right? I don't know, but hopefully that your ideal client is a good high-paying client. So let's go through this process to help you right now if you need some clients and you want to get hired by clients so that you can get paid to write. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Elna. My blog is elnakane.com, and I've been a freelance writer for over a decade. I've written for top blogs like Zapier, GoDaddy. I've written for Walmart in the past. I've written for Opt-in Monster, lots of different well-known brands that you may have heard of in the digital marketing niche. Let's get to it. Let's look at the first thing you should be doing if you want to get hired by clients. Now, the very, very first thing you need to do is figure out that client and who you want to write for. And that could essentially be your writing niche. I do have a video on 20 different writing niches, so take a look at that. If you found something that you like, then I want you to go a step further and figure out who the client is. It could be the type of business that they have. So in my case, I do digital marketing, but my clients are SaaS brands or software as a service brands, right? They're not sales technicians. They're not IT brands. They're software as a service brands. So those are my ideal clients. In the past, my clients were just small business owners. I just sort of deemed digital marketing niche for small business owners. So it could have been startups, it could have been solopreneurs, and those were my clients. I landed a client with Blogging Wizard, with Adam. He is a solopreneur. He has many side projects, and I wrote for Blogging Wizard and his other projects. So I found my ideal client and was able to get hired by that client. So it's really in the best interest for you as the writer to, solidify that type of client, your ideal client, write it down, visualize it so that you know exactly how to pinpoint what they're doing online, where they're going. So I'm going to give you the sort of a rough guideline of what I feel these clients are doing so that you can sort of follow them and then start to engage with them. So I'm going ahead of myself of my 5-point strategy. That first thing isn't really part of my strategy. It's sort of the precursor. So know your client. And then the first step you need to do is start going to the websites that they would go to and reading the books that they would be reading. You can even go more into the documentaries that they would find helpful, the TV shows that they would find helpful, the podcasts that they would find helpful for them, for that client. I just picked something like the websites and the books because it's sort of easier, and it will help you as a writer to really know your niche inside and out and help you become a better marketer and business person. I just have some examples here that I'll share with you. For example, I would go to Amazon and search up Seth Godin. And he has a lot of books about brand building, about marketing, and that can help you, right, to be a better freelancer overall. If you read, I wanted to read The Purple Cow. Everyone talks about The Purple Cow. So transform your business by being remarkable. I mean, that can apply to you, right? But it applies to the business owner in your niche, especially if it's the marketing niche, if it's the business finance niche, things like that, where it can lend itself. If I am doing something more lifestyle, then I would focus on the authors that talk about influencer marketing, social media marketing, brand sponsorship, those things where businesses might want to leverage and learn about it, right? Those are the books that they might be reading about. So just think about that. My experience comes from the digital marketing side. So this is sort of where I'm picking and showing you examples of. So I would definitely want to read these. This is on my bucket list of books, definitely for sure. Another one is someone like Adam Grant, who does more like the psychology psychology, which is also my background, psychology and marketing. So I would definitely, just for my own sake, love to read content about this topic. And it can give me an insight about what type of clients would want to know about this. A revolutionary approach to success, the power of knowing what you don't know, how nonconformists move the world. I mean, these are big, grand ideas that could help you sort of figure out where your client sits upon that idea and give you more perspective, right? So you have these ideas. Another one is Jim Collins. He's more for business and finance. So that's sort of where you want to go with, and you would maybe pick someone like Jim Collins to read about. He looks interesting as well, so that's why I picked him. So that can really give you just some insight about the business culture, team building, things like that, where you can get a leg up from other freelancers that aren't doing this, right? And so once you have these books and you immerse yourself in the reading and you're learning these tactics and you're learning all about this stuff and forming a better picture of your client, then you can look at the sites that they go to. For me, that's the easiest thing. I skipped the book part when I first started. I don't know why. It never dawned on me. And now it does, because I want to learn more. And so I am looking at books now. But back in the day, I was so immersed on the online world, because this was all new to me, that I was visiting sites to help me learn about digital marketing. But it also they were the sites that other business owners were looking at as well. For example, one could be Harvard Business Review. They have a great blog. They even have a guest posting option. I don't know if it's still available, but I do know that you can guest post on here. But these are great topics that your ideal client would be or possibly reading, have a subscription to, things like that, where you want to get in the mindset of them and where they're coming from, right? So all of these things could help you as well, right? Because you're a business owner. Another one is Forbes. It's a popular website, of course, brand. So these are things where you can, every morning pick a story, read about it, learn about the business news. And then I like the Content Marketing Institute. I love reading about content marketing. I do write for other businesses that want content marketing information. So they're probably reading this. I know of content marketers and business owners reading Content Marketing Institute. They are guest posting on here as well. I love reading about the stories here, and I do know a lot of the people that are writing on here as well, which is nice. So again, these could be my ideal clients once I get to know them and what their business is and all that. So the next part of my strategy is, once you read the books, go to their sites, I want you to start guest posting on those sites that you're reading, or see if they offer guest posting so that you can be up there on those sites. Because if your ideal client is reading that site, then they'll see your name. They'll look and this is a great post. Who is this person? Oh, she's a digital marketer and she writes about digital marketing. I'm going to click on her bio, right? So that is for me, a foundational method that I've been teaching my students for close to a decade now is guest posting. Blogging is not dead. Guest posting is not dead. It's a little bit harder nowadays, but it is still a great method to leverage in your method to getting hired by clients. So finding those sites, you can also just type in your niche and write for us. I can demonstrate that easily here if you want to write about, let's do crochet plus write for us. So that's all I did. And look, write for all free crochet. Writers wanted for Crochet Gateway. Write for us, the Yarnfulness project. Look at all these sites that you can write for us if this is sort of like your niche about crafts and knitting, sewing, things like that, lifestyle niche. I can do travel plus write for us. So write for Practical Wanderlust, write for We Are Global Travelers, write for us for travel. It just goes on and on and on. There are hundreds of sites that want guest writers. Now you have to go into them, make sure that you don't have to pay for this, because you shouldn't pay for just guest posting on their site, right? So make sure it's all legit. Go to their blog and see if they have different authors on their blog. If all you see is the main blog owner under each content, that may not be a good sign. Click on the blog post and If there is a different name saying this is a guest article, I want to introduce you to the guest today. Her name is Elna Kane and she's going to write about her travel to Toronto or whatever, then yes, then that is viable enough that I would guest post on that site if I see something like that. But all too many, I've been searching for guest posting, going on the blog, and all I see is admin. I don't know if they even accepted any guest posts at all, even though they have a guest post page. Right, so that's where you need to really look into these sites and spend some time to make sure you have the right guest posting opportunity. Now, by this time, you should have a good understanding, a firm understanding of your ideal client and the type of business that they have. I would now, in my next step of this 5-point process is to search for the companies that you want to write for. And you can do that on LinkedIn. It's easier on LinkedIn than anywhere else. So on LinkedIn, a company that I might want to work for, let's just say ConvertKit. Let's say I want to write for ConvertKit. I'm going to go to their company page. I'm going to go to the people and I'm going to try and find like the marketer, content lead. So maybe her, affiliate marketing manager, SEO manager, marketing director. So the marketing director. And I would just take a look and see if possible, depending on the connections that you've built and what tier you're at, just to see what kind of posts that this person is posting and see if this would be someone that I'd want to follow. Okay, so he has his own Marketing Matters newsletter, which is kind of nice. That interests me. If this is someone that helps ConvertKit, that could be something. Are you a newsletter creator in the marketing leadership business? Okay, so this is ConvertKit's thing here. Maybe he writes for the ConvertKit newsletter. I'm not quite sure. My newsletter yesterday. Okay. Very excited about his newsletter here. It looks like they're hiring here, which is nice. So lifecycle marketer. Okay. So, I mean, he looks like a viable person to actually follow. He talks to creators. He is associated with ConvertKit. He puts postings for hiring. So yeah, I would follow him, right? So there, I'm following him. Now there was another person. Do I have to go back to ConvertKit? No, right here. What was the content lead? Let's see if I can see her stuff. So if I go to posts, okay, creator economy. Those are always fun. These reports, they're creator economy reports. So that's kind of fun. So she's also doing hiring. I mean, she has content. It's a lot about ConvertKit and it's not a lot here. So the 1 year, she doesn't seem very active. So just from this, I don't think she'd be a good person to follow. Again, I would just go through here and just look, make sure they're not the writer, but more of the marketer. And I think that would be it for now. You could also, follow the founder. They also have some great insights. And the people that comment on his posts could also be potential clients as well. So I'll follow him because I know Nathan Barry. Put it past me to see that the post that he creates has lots of engagement. So there's 144 claps here. And I can get a viewpoint of who is commenting. Those are going to be other marketers because when people comment, you can see their title. So again, it's a big snowball effect. But that's what I would be doing. I would go to the company that you want to write for, that you are aware of, and just start following the marketers, the content leads, the marketer, social media marketer, SEO marketer, a content marketer, all those types of marketers, because they're marketing, they're putting the content out on social media. So they're going to have a lot of posts. And so you can engage with that as well. All right. So that's probably something that would help you get in front of your ideal client so that you can get hired by a client. And then the last step in my 5-point strategy here for getting hired by clients is to start engaging with them on social media. Now that I've followed those two dudes, I'm going to see them in my feed and I'm going to try to engage with them. Take a look at what they're promoting with ConvertKit. That marketing newsletter seems kind of interesting. I am subscribed to a lot of marketing emails, so it's something that I need to weigh in about, like, can I handle another marketing email or not? Maybe just seeing what he's doing on LinkedIn is enough for me, kind of thing, right? So all this stuff you have to think about and weigh. But doing those things, I think, will really help you not only get hired by clients, but figure out who your ideal client is. It'll help you figure out what type of writing you want to do and for what companies you want to write for. All of that can really help you just really pinpoint your copy on your writer website, on your author bio, and all those pieces of marketing material that potential clients need to see in order to figure out if you're the writer for them. All of this is sort of like a big circle. Hopefully that helped you. Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already landed that first client, I do have a free email course called Get Paid to Write. It's a 6-day email course, lots of tips and tools for you to get started and land your first client. So tell me in the comments below if these are helpful. Tell me what you're excited about, which step you're excited about. I want to know. And make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.